finished book 2 of The Disabled Tyrant's Beloved Pet Fish. Spoiler talk time. Current running for the throne. Second prince, completely thrown out. His mom also thrown out. He might have gotten traumatized. Little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Prince Jing had something to do with that because he made him think that he drank poison fish because he tried to poison Li Yu. Didn't work out. But Prince Jing got revenge for Li Yu. And Li Yu liked that, might I add, because he brought him along to show him being traumatized. Now that the second prince is basically crazy, he's no longer a prince. The third prince also pissed off Li Yu, and it's also lying for the throne. He fucked up by trying to buy Li Yu from the prince, which is stupid. He threw him out. Didn't like that. So then the third prince tried to basically say like, oh, well, that fish is going to be a dragon, so the king should like take him away. Like the king, emperor, you know what I mean. And he got monks to try to pretend to be like, yes, this is going to be a dragon. He started nursery rhymes for the common folk to start saying. And like the sixth prince also helped him, but he kept it more like behind the scenes and like secretly. So in case it got busted, he didn't get dragged down with it. He still got busted though, because Li Yu remembered this plot line from the book and told Prince Jing, and then they found out the monks were fake, and then everyone found out that the sixth prince and the third prince were in cahoots with each other. So essentially they got beat. Their moms begged Prince Jing for help. Prince Jing was basically, no way, Jose, like that you're on your own. So the emperor is really upset because now he has to wait for the seventh and eighth princess to actually like get older to see if they could be the crown prince, because clearly the other ones are kind of like that. Also, the sixth prince isn't really favored because he was really the result of a one-night stand where the emperor was apparently drunk. Now that we got that out of the way, let's focus on what mostly this book is about, which is Prince Jing and Li Yu's actual fucking relationship starting. Now, to begin with, Prince Jing is 100% in love with this man and is already probably planning their wedding. He is already in his head. They are engaged. Like, there's no doubt about it. Li Yu, however, doesn't really know if his feelings are 100% true or because like he's like being scammed by the system and he thinks like, well, I'm a person. He's a book character. We can't really do this shit. He quickly changes that mindset because he's like, you know what? I actually think Prince Jing is really cool and really nice, and I actually would like to be with him. But then there's that little fucking dancer person who is technically supposed to be in the place of the romance partner, but I took over that spot. So what do we do with that? Simple. We make that person become deranged and crazy and try to spike a drink, whatever drink, because he basically just put like powder into every single fucking surface of water in the fucking prince's room to try to get a little hot and heavy situation going. It didn't really work because Prince Jing was already fucking aware of this. He was aware of this because Prince Jing did not trust, I think his name is Chan Yu, because he was a gift forcefully from the sixth prince, and he doesn't trust him like at all. But he was going to use the situation into his advantage because earlier on Prince Jing kissed Li Yu forcefully against his will, and like it became French level of kissing that Li Yu was pissed and angry at him, so he bit his tongue, hit him, and ran away and refused to talk to him for a couple of days. And Li Yu was basically going on a hunger strike, and that's when like fucking dancer boy comes in and tries to spike the drink and everything. He finds out he's actually really terrible, and that's when Li Yu's like, well, I'm a good person. I really care about the prince, so I don't want him to get hurt. So I'm going to turn myself human and basically just like tell him don't drink any of the wine. Once Prince Jing has Li Yu in his clutches, he basically just throws dancer boy into a room where he's punished, and by punished I mean he gives him an actual aphrodisiac, ties him up, and leaves him alone for 3 days. Like, that's his punishment, is to suffer. Which is also when Li Yu finally realized that he's still dating a tyrant, because just because he hides this doesn't mean he doesn't do anything. Also, I want to mention that Prince Jing did confess first, because he literally wrote all over his walls telling Li Yu that he loves him and only him. There will be no concubines at all. Like, you are my one and only. I don't want anybody else. Whatever you heard is a lie. So after all of that happens, and like he confesses again with a note, and like he got sick one time, and then Prince Jing took care of him, and then he realizes, okay, yeah, I really do like him. I just need to become human because these 2-hour time limits are a piece of shit. There's also a point where the system sent him back in time to save Prince Jing as a toddler, like he was 3 or 2 years old, and that actually apparently happened in the storyline because like the emperor mentions it, so that's a thing. And like this is kind of funny because after like he confessed and everything, he like Prince Jing told all his servants, including Old Man Wang, that Li Yu was his most important beloved person, and if you ever so much as even look at him wrong, he will end your life. Which shows you how unhinged he is, because Old Man Wang goes to snitch to the prince that Li Yu dared mention someone else called Chubbs, and that pisses Prince Jing off to the point where he's trying to find this Chubbs so he can get rid of him. See, he's like Tsundere Yandere style, but more really Yandere now. He's like a mix of Hua Chang when it comes to spoiling his beloved, and Lao Binghe when it comes to like, if you so much as look at him the wrong way and think that you even have a chance with him, I will end your existence. So that's a weird mix. Moving on to a lighter note, it is now officially a trope in Danmei where one of the characters just doesn't know how to fucking cook. Because Li Yu literally has no money or anything because like he's basically a kept boyfriend in the situation. So he tries to cook for the prince because he thinks he's lucky now, and he messed up frying eggs to the point where he just started smashing cucumbers with a knife, I think. I don't remember. And Prince Jing just ate it, even though it's probably terrible. How do I know it's terrible? Because later on, when Prince Jing actually has a job to do and he has to leave the palace, Li Yu gives him a bento box that he made with all his love. And Li Yu wants to test it out because he follows Prince Jing to his job as a fish. And Prince Jing, not wanting Li Yu to find out how horrible his cooking is, just eats everything where not even a grain of rice was left. Li Yu's like really happy because like, oh my god, he loves my cookie. I must be so great. And Prince Jing is like, he can never know. He can never know. I might get indigestion, but he could never know. At this point, I was like, sweetie, please just let the servants cook for you. Just stop. Just stop. Just be a kept boyfriend. Just stop trying to cook. Moving on to more unhinged moments with Prince Jing and Li Yu. They went on a date to the marketplace, and someone tried to scam Li Yu out of money, which he did not have. He proudly stated he has no money. And when the merchant was like, what do you mean you have no money? The way you're dressed, like you're dressed really rich. Prince Jing was just in the background with a bunch of bodyguards might I had, just glaring this man down. He's like, you dare so much as say anything to him, I will end your existence. So once he made sure he didn't have to pay like 10 gold pieces for this fucking bracelet thing, Li Yu just leaves to go to the restaurant because they have a reservation. And then Prince Jing has this merchant man dragged to an alleyway and beat, and then his front teeth taken. So yeah. Also, Li Yu only finds this out because later on they meet the Duke and the Princess for like a dinner date together. Like the Duke crashes their date, and Li Yu tells them about almost being scammed, and the Princess, who comes from the same country as the merchants, was so mad that she sent her bodyguards to go teach this merchant a lesson, and they come back later saying, this man was already got his ass beat. I don't know what else to do. And everyone just kind of looks at Prince Jing, and he's just sipping his tea being like, I have nothing to do with this, but if I did, he deserved it. But other than that, Li Yu made friends with the Duke and the Princess because both Li Yu and the Princess eat like heathens, apparently. To the point where Prince Jing and the cousin just share a look with each other and still be like, yep, no, we love them no matter what. So I do want to bring up that when they went to the wedding, Prince Jing, who is the one who picks out all of Li Yu's clothing, by the way, because he has the money, made him dress in coral red robes. And I'm pretty sure red robes are reserved for the bride and the groom. So I feel like that was wearing white to a wedding, but like whatever. No one's going to question Prince Jing because he will literally unalive you so quickly. He will do it quickly and not care. Just wants Li Yu to look pretty. He likes looking at him. And also, this book I would say is like PG-13 because it implies that they do stuff, just not like the final stuff to get knocked up stuff. And like it fades to black. It just implies that they did stuff. So that's good if you want to read it and you don't like the spice that is like the other books, because this is a whole different like side of the spectrum compared to The Husky and His White Cat, like 100%, which is probably why I read it so fucking fast. I literally got this book on Tuesday and it's already Friday, but this video is going up on Saturday. Also, I found out the whole like MPreg thing is a fucking joke. No, like literally it's a lie. Because Prince Jing gets sent to the western border, which is like near the end of the chapter, like the very last thing, and to see if he could be possibly chosen as the crown prince, and he was gonna leave Li Yu behind because it's super dangerous, and Li Yu's like, no, we had to stick through thick and thin, I love you, I'm not gonna leave you. So he jokingly says, I'm with child, and Prince Jing for a second believes him. Once Li Yu realizes that he actually is thinking like he's being dead ass serious, he's like, oh, I'm kidding, it's not possible, it's not really a thing. But Prince Jing's like, well, he's a Yao, he's a carp spirit, he could, I don't really know. They clear that up, but then Prince Jing uses it to bring Li Yu along because he's like, well, he's expecting, I can't leave my beloved behind if they're expecting a child. So that's how he gets to go with him, and nobody questions it, because if they do, Prince Jing will probably end them. Safe to say, I am excited for the third book. I really hope it goes like really good, and like hopefully he's a human by this one, because like yeah. But yeah, that's it. I might have skipped a couple of things because I had to fit all of this into one video. If you want more, you can ask, and I might make a part 2, but who knows. But I'm excited for book 3. Our next book is going back to trauma dumping. Yay. Bye. So I'm nearly halfway done with The Disabled Tyrant's Beloved Pet Fish. Spoiler talk time. Like, I'm literally 4 pages away from hitting 200, but I feel like I need to do this now because I want to keep reading, and usually when I want to keep reading, I go really quickly. But first things first. In my last book talk about this series, I lied 100%. It was a whole ass lie. Technically, it was half truth because I wholeheartedly believed that I was being tricked. Well, this is my apology to you. It wasn't a lie. The scamming system that Li Yu works with 100% is a sneaky son of a bitch. Because I legit thought that was not true. But if you read the summary of this book, it is 100% true. The second I saw this, I knew. I was like, oh, I fucked up. I thought it was a joke. It's not a joke. It is 100% factual. And the system made it that way. Prince Jing is a better man than most people because he rolls with the punches. I mean, he kind of has to. He's a book character. He's a book character. He's not real. He's fictional. Liu had a little moment where he was like, this is a book character. I should not fall in love. But then he moved on pretty quickly. I will say there is a downside to this book, and it's not the whole fish giving birth thing. I think I'm just getting frustrated on how long it's taking Liu to turn human, because my god, it is the rewards that he gets for some of these tasks. They're like, it's another secret of Prince Jing. At one point I think I was like, I don't give a fuck about his secrets. I really don't. He can keep it in a diary. I don't care about his secrets. Just turn our boy Liu into a human. And when he finally asked the system's like, this is the last quest that you have to do, become a human. And it's bullshit. Because he's either going to turn into a mermaid, or merman, whatever, or a manner. A man-mer. Yeah, whatever. So basically, a merman is human on top, fish on the bottom. A man-mer, apparently, is fish on the top, human on the bottom. That is fucking creepy. And Prince Jing has to protect him because he won't be able to transform back forever how long he needs. The system is helpful, but also just a son of a bitch. Because why? How is that? Why is the... I question this stupid fucking system every single day. I am with Liu. This system needs to get beat with a stick. Because I'm so over this system. I am kind of curious to see how their kids, are when they're older. Like, I kind of got a little bit of their personalities. A little bit. I'm wondering if the youngest one really takes after his dad. Possibly. Who knows? But they do say that the younger one resembles Liu the most. So, yeah, Prince Jing thought of everything way ahead. He was like, oh, Liu helped me with this. Liu did with the bandits and blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, great. We also have one more book left in this series. So I don't know. I feel like Liu should be human by the end of his little fish turbulence thing. Also, these two motherfuckers are officially married because Prince Jing, he was going to marry him either way. He was like, nope. He had the wedding robes designed prior to everything. And when they lied, everyone just kind of went with it. They just went with it. I was just like, yeah, sure, go with the flow. Sadly, like, I am starting to get a little bit bored because it was always like task, memory, take care of the kids. And it dried just a little bit, which I actually really don't like because I really, really love the series. And this is exactly the palate cleanser that I needed after volume 7 of The Husky and the White Cat, because that book broke me. That book made me cry multiple times throughout the last couple of chapters, and I'm scared for volume 8. So yeah, that's basically my opinion so far on this. It is still very much cute, and I hope he is like getting more into the actual plot of the book, because we all know that he's still going to be emperor at the end of the day. Just, he was supposed to become the emperor in a less violent, bloody way. Seeing as he took down those bandits, I don't think that worked. But tomato, right? Do not know if I will get this done by the new year. I hope so, because even though today is Christmas Day, this is literally my only day off until New Year's. So I'm gonna need something to keep me entertained during the lagging at work. So this won't shock me as much as the other book did, because that one thank God my face was away from the camera, because God, some of those things. Anyway, I'm trying to hopefully finish this book, because again, it's sort of lagging a little bit. This is a little bit of a slow fest. Volumes 1 and 2 were a bit more entertaining, but I'm sick and tired of the fish. Sick and tired of the fish. It's the same thing with Liu. Anyway, have a nice day. Finish book 3. Spoiler talk time. Okay, so after the first 200 pages and the children are born and everything, and Liu has his final test where the system promised him to become a human, this shit gets boring. It's like, Prince Jing is a tyrant, okay? Like, he's gonna do some aggressive things. Like, let's be honest, aggressive is the very line that he's doing. And when someone attacks Liu, he's going to be overprotective, and granted, Liu got kidnapped, so Prince Jing might have chopped off people's heads. But because he was violent when he was protecting Liu during the 3-day like mission thing, the system was like, you technically, you failed, you gotta see. So you can't become human. Sorry. But I can let you be human for 24 hours. And I'll let you keep your mermaid and man-mer transformation. Throughout the rest of the half of this book, Liu can basically stay human for 24 hours, which is what he does. Just after midnight or whatever, how long he does the 24 hours, he turns into a fish, waits a couple of seconds, and then turns back into a person. So it's like super inconvenience, and it's just like, I feel like they're dragging it out at this point, because just like, he's basically human, except that he has to turn into a fish for like a second to continue being human. It's getting ridiculous. Also, the merman thing is only so that him and Prince Jing can have fun, because I guess the author likes that. This book never, explicitly says anything. It's implied, but it's just never like, it's PG, you're fine. Though I do wonder if in book 4 that man-mer is going to be used for something, because if not, I feel like it's kind of stupid to give him that transformation, because he technically can't breathe, because his head is the fish, so like his gills and stuff, and he's got like man legs, so he literally can't breathe. So I don't know what you're gonna do with that, but like, okay. We do spend quite a few chapters with all 4 children, and it is boring. Like, I'm not hating the kids. Like, the kids are adorable and cute and like good for them. Hell, Liu wanted a daughter, but like Prince Jing doesn't want any more kids because he's worried that they might be mute. So I think he's just happy that all 4 of his kids can talk for the most part. So I'm kind of hoping that they just stick to 4 kids. I'm sorry, having 5 kids is a little bit too much if you ask me. It's basically been like also a year in this story. So I guess Liu is now 19 years old. I don't remember how Prince Jing is. Like, I don't even think they mentioned his age, but I think they're similar in age, so it doesn't fucking matter. The Emperor also is very much a grandpa. Like, he loves Prince Jing's kids, and of course that makes everybody else super jealous, including the 6th prince, because of course this is where it gets really fucking stupid, because the 6th prince takes a look at the children. Note that 3 out of the 4 kids have been described multiple times by the Emperor and old Meng Wang as looking fucking identical to Prince Jing as a toddler. So the 6th prince, who was born after Prince Jing, by the way, so he never actually saw him as a toddler, looks at the kids and are just like, these are not his kids. They look nothing like him. And I'm just like, that's what we're doing? That's the plot. That's what we're going with. Okay. And of course, it tries to give an explanation saying like he's deluding himself into believing this. And I'm just like, clearly he must be deluding himself into actually thinking that, because we've had multiple characters who have actually seen Prince Jing as a baby and toddler, and they literally said that he dead ass looks like his kids. So except for like the younger one looks exactly like Liu. That it's a stupid plot. This book series is not meant to be taken serious at all. Although now that they're like officially married, Prince Jing and Liu do show their affection more openly, including with the Emperor around, and the Emperor really likes that because it shows that Prince Jing and Liu's love is true. Whereas the 6th prince, remember, he's married and his wife is also expecting. He does not give a fuck. He doesn't care, like, at all. The last thing in this book was like they're at a hunting thing and he's trying to prove that he's a good hunter, because like he basically was always like hiding his skills. And he was like, I started early, so I'm going to catch the biggest, like, catch, prey, whatever. And then, like, impress the Emperor to show him that I should be the future Emperor. And it didn't go really well. The Emperor is watching. He's spying. He literally spied on Prince Jing and Liu as they were talking. Because Liu wants to cultivate a good brotherly relationship amongst the 4 babies, and he's worried that obviously the eldest son is probably going to become the heir, and he wants to show that sometimes we can't share everything and life is just slightly unfair, which is, smart. The emperor doesn't technically agree with that, but he also kind of respects Liu after like the whole helping with the locusts and the bandits. So he's on thin ice, but like not terrible thin ice. He also likes it when the eldest son of Prince Jing and Liu calls him grandpa, because he still can't say grandfather, and he really likes it. He is a doting grandfather. He really is. He will not dote on his own children. Like, that's literally been told to us, that he will not dote on his children, but he will spoil the fuck out of his grandkids. Well, at least Prince Jing's kids, because he doesn't like his other grandkids because they're too formal, and he hates that. While this is all going on, there is probably a mystery with a mysterious wet nurse. I still believe that Prince Jing was not technically maybe born mute, and that something happened to him, because I don't know, the wet nurse apparently was like really caring and loving, and she's done this before, and somehow she messed up with Prince Jing and she got tossed out. I don't know if they're actually going to do anything with this plot line, or it's just there. I mean, it's not really important to me. It doesn't stick out in the plot, and this is like the 3rd to last book. So no, I was kind of bored halfway through this book. I am going to read the last book because of course this stupid fucking thing left you on a cliffhanger, because during the hunting thing they're staying overnight, and Prince Jing and Liu kind of know that the 6th prince is gonna do something. Like, dude is trying to say that their kids are not Prince Jing's kids, and they're just like, oh no, they are 100% Prince Jing's kids. You're gonna make a fool out of yourself, and that's the whole point. And apparently someone decided to attack either the babies or Prince Jing. All I know is that the guards were like, there's someone trying to attack the royal family, and then they basically say, we prepared for this, and we cut the black. So they're like, if you want to know what happens next, you got to read book 4, which comes out in March. So I am going to read this. I did like book 1 and 2 better than this, because I think I just got sick and tired of the system fucking around. Also, I wouldn't mind not seeing the kids a lot, because I don't know, going from having 2 main characters to all of a sudden having 6 main characters is just a little too much for me. I don't know. I don't particularly like kids in media, like my literature, because sometimes they can be annoying, okay? They can be annoying. Not that these kids are annoying. They're still babies, but I'm just like, I don't really care to hear about them trying to be proper and then drooling on the emperor, because that was literally a scene in this book. So it was really random. Well, I still recommend the series. Okay, it's logged a little bit after page 200, I will admit. But if you like babies and stuff like that, this might be up your alley. So I look forward to book 4. Anyway, have a nice night.